Hello all, I'm Guna Madhivanan from Officers IAS Academy. Friends, we are coming up with an exclusive live quiz program based on current affairs targeting 2024 prelims on a weekly basis. So every Saturday at 6 p.m. in our Officers Path channel, we will be coming up with this live quiz program. So how to participate? So for which you have to install an mobile application. So go to either App Store or the Google Play Store to download this application named Kahoot application. Download and install it. Alright. So every Saturday at 6 p.m. in the live video, I will be giving you a 7-digit PIN. So you have to enter that 7-digit PIN in your installed application. In the Kahoot application, you have to enter that 7-digit PIN. Or we will give you a QR code. If you are not interested in installing the application, you can scan the QR code in the web browser. You can open the web page. In that you can enter this 7-digit PIN number and you can participate in this quiz program. So once you enter the 7-digit number, the application will ask you to give a username. So you have to give your username. Followed by your username, please give your last 4 digits of your mobile phone number. For example, my username is Guna8990, the last 4 digits of my phone number. So like that you can create your own username. That's all. You are ready to participate in the quiz. So in the live video, I will be showing you the question. The question will be followed by 4 options as usual, A, B, C, D. The 4 options will have a color code, right? So option A, red color, option B, blue color, option C, green color, option D, yellow color. So the 4 options will have 4 different color codes. So in your mobile phone, you have installed the Kahoot application, right? So the Kahoot application in your phone, in your device, it will show you 4 colored box, only 4 colored box. Only in the video which you are watching, in that live video, I will give you the question, followed by that 4 option I will be giving you. The 4 option will have a color code, right? So if you are going to choose A as the right answer, then A has red color, then in your mobile phone you will have a red colored box. You have to choose that. That's all. If the answer which you have chosen is correct, and if you have chosen that quickly, for every question we will give you 60 seconds. Assume that I am choosing A is the right answer, and I am choosing within 20 seconds, within 10 seconds, based on how quickly I choose the question. I have to choose the correct one and I have to choose it as early as possible. So the one who is choosing at the earliest will be given more points. So if I am choosing in 20 seconds, I will be given more points. If someone is choosing at 30 seconds, then relatively lesser points, right? So this is how the quiz will work. So at the end of the program, we will show you the leaderboard. Between the questions also, I will show you the leaderboard. At the end, I will show you the final leaderboard. The one with more number of points will be given a certificate, right? The idea of the quiz program is to provide you a real-time experience of solving the questions along with that competitive environment, right? I hope this program adds more value to your preparation. So along with this, we have a daily current affairs hit list series, daily answer rating initiative. So all these initiatives will give you a competitive edge in your 2024 prelims as well as mains. Right? I hope this adds more value to your preparation. So see you in the quiz. Till then, bye. Take care.
Signal கொடுங்க ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாம். quiz number 40 ஸ்பெசிபிக் சப்ஜெக்ட்லாம் இல்ல மிக்ஸ்ட் இல்லையா? ஓகே அப்படியே வச்சிருங்க. இல்ல இருக்கட்டும் ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. ஏன் தனியாக வேஸ்ட் பண்ண குடிச்சிடணும். சிக்னல் கொடுங்க, நான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணேன். Good evening friends, welcome to Officers IAS Academy General Quiz number 40. We will now start the quiz. I believe you are aware of the conduct of the quiz. You can find the questions on screen. You have to read the questions and you have to choose the correct answer. Question number 1. Right to strike is a. Please go through the options shown on the screen. Eleven have answered correctly. The correct answer is B, legal right. This question is somewhat confusing. Many may think fundamental right would be the correct answer, but the correct answer is legal right. Certain rights are seen as fundamental in the Indian Constitution. They come under the part 3 of the Indian Constitution. They come under fundamental rights. Right to forming unions, right to forming associations. This is actually coming under fundamental rights. For example, the workers can form unions. They can form associations for collective bargaining. This comes under fundamental right. But the right to strike is not a fundamental right. This has been upheld by the judiciary as well. Right to strike actually affects the common people. So right to strike is seen as a legal right and not a fundamental right. Assume a large labor union going for a strike. Naturally, this strikes affects many people in India. It could affect thousands, it could affect even millions of people living in India. That is why the right to strike is not accepted as a fundamental right. Fundamental rights are certain rights which are very fundamental to the dignified existence of man. They provide certain important rights that are very intrinsic for human existence. Right to equality, right against exploitation, and so on. These are very basic rights. They provide protection to the individual citizens from other citizens. They also provide protection for the citizens against the state. So you have to study fundamental right, which is a very important concept under the subject Indian polity and constitution. Next question, please. We'll take a look at the leaderboard. We have Sujit leading as of now. Congrats, Sujit. Next question, please. The World Drug Report is released by. Options are World Health Organization, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, World Customs Organization, International Narcotics Control Board. Fourteen have answered correctly. The correct answer is UNODC, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime is a body at the international level. It is not an international organization directly coming against the UN system, but it comes under the overall supervision of UN. There are 6 organs of UN: General Assembly, Secretariat, ECOSOC, Security Council, Trusteeship Council, and the International Court of Justice. This UNODC is not a direct organ of UN, but it is coming under the UN system. This body, its mandate is to regulate, control the drugs that get circulated at the international level. This body has a very important duty to stop or prevent the illegal trade in drugs. So this body is very important as far as the drug related crimes are concerned. Certain regions in the world are well known for illegal drug trade. There is a region called Golden Crescent in Asia. There is another region called Golden Triangle. Golden Triangle is present in the Indo-China region. Golden Crescent is present in the northwestern part of South Asia. Mexico is an important state affected by illegal drug trade. So this body holds a very important duty. These international organizations need the support of individual countries. Based on the cooperation given by individual countries, these international organizations can do justice to the responsibility given to them. Next question. Elon Musk is a leader now. Congrats. Now, these questions that you find in this quiz, they don't confirm directly to UPSC standard. They are not as difficult as questions asked by UPSC, but nevertheless, they will prepare you for the UPSC examination. Your thought process, the imbibing of the concepts, analytical knowledge, all these will improve as you keep taking the quiz at the academy. Next question, please. This question is from subject economy. Which among the following taxes are levied on petrol in India? Goods and services tax, GST, central excise duty, value added tax by states, also called the sales tax. Please choose the correct answer. Let's go back to the options. Two and three, central excise duty and value added tax by states, they are levied on petrol. As of now, petrol does not come under the GST regime. Goods and services tax, GST in short, is a major indirect tax in India. Earlier, the indirect taxes were applied separately. The major indirect taxes before the GST regime were service tax, customs duty, excise duty, and so on. After the GST regime, the implementation of GST, all these indirect taxes were subsumed under the GST tax. But petrol is not coming under GST. So how to tax petrol? We are taxing it separately by applying the individual indirect taxes like excise duty and sales tax. So currently, this is the manner in which taxes are levied on petrol. In fact, this is a major criticism from many political parties in India. They want petroleum also to be brought under the GST regime. Currently, petroleum products are they are sold at different prices throughout India because of the variation in the excise duty as well as the sales tax applied by different states. So there is a variation. There is a variation on the prices of petroleum. So the opposition parties, they are asking petrol to be brought under GST. So this is the current situation as of now. We have to wait and see whether petrol will be brought under the GST regime in the future. On the other hand, you have direct taxes. The two important direct taxes in India are income tax and corporate tax. Income tax is levied on the income of individuals, while corporate tax is levied on the income of companies. So these are the two major direct taxes. The major direct tax regime in India is GST. GST itself is a tax. So you can call GST as the most important indirect tax in India. Income tax and corporate tax are the two major direct taxes in India. Next question, please. Leaderboard, Elon Musk continues to lead. Congrats, Elon Musk. Fourth question is from subject economy. Consider the following statements about the Monetary Policy Committee MPC. It is a 6-member body entrusted with the task of fixing policy interest rates. Statement 2. Decisions of the MPC are taken by a simple majority. It is headed by the finance minister who enjoys a casting vote. This is a relatively difficult question. It expects a higher degree of conceptual knowledge as well as factual knowledge. Please try answering such questions. They are more closer to UPSC standard. Let's take a look at the correct answer. Correct answer is 1 and 2. Let's go back to the options. Okay. The MPC, Monetary Policy Committee, is a body set up by the Indian government in the year 2016 to handle the monetary policy. Monetary policy can be seen in all countries. Monetary policy is adopted by countries to control inflation and to ensure a stable economic growth. These are the two important basic aims of monetary policy. Inflation control. Second is ensuring a stable growth. On the other hand, fiscal policy comes under the government. Fiscal policy deals with revenue and expenditure. Monetary policy on one hand and fiscal policy on the other hand are the two important policies in all the countries. Monetary policy in most of the countries comes under the ambit of the central bank. In case of US, it is a Federal Reserve. In case of India, it is a RBI, Reserve Bank of India. In 2016, a specific body was established called MPC, Monetary Policy Committee, for handling the monetary policy. Now you may wonder why a separate committee is needed when other countries are giving the job to the central bank. Makes sense. In fact, RBI, the Central Bank of India, plays a major role within the Monetary Policy Committee, MPC. Within MPC, we have members of RBI as well as members of government. The Reserve Bank Governor actually heads the MPC. So RBI, Central Bank of India, still plays a major role in the monetary policy through the MPC, Monetary Policy Committee. So statement 3 is wrong. Statement 1 and 2 are correct. Next question, please. Nivi is the new leader. Congrats, Nivi. Nivi is followed by Mani. Elon Musk has come to the 3rd position. Congrats to all students who are taking the quiz. Next question, please. This question is from international relations. Which one of the following countries is not a member of the ASEAN grouping? Options: Thailand, Laos, Brunei, China. Many have answered correctly. Well done. Correct answer is China. ASEAN is a regional organization of countries in the Southeast Asian region. There are 11 countries in Southeast Asia. It starts from Myanmar, which borders India. As you move from India towards the east, you have countries like Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, and Timor-Leste. So 11 countries are present in the geographical region Southeast Asia. Out of the 11 countries, 10 countries organized themselves in the form of a grouping called ASEAN way back in the 1960s. So this grouping is called ASEAN. China is not a part of ASEAN. Geographically, China is a part of the region East Asia. But both East Asia and Southeast Asia are parts of the larger region called Asia Pacific. Okay, so Asia Pacific consists of two larger regions. One is East Asia, where countries like China, Japan, South Korea, and North Korea are members. On the other hand, you have Southeast Asia. I listed the countries. ASEAN grouping pertains to Southeast Asia. Next question. Money is a new leader. Congrats, Money. The leaderboard itself talks many things about the exam. The leaderboard is not actually a rank. Okay, it is actually a progress. It is a healthy competition. Different students are at different stages of their preparation. Nobody is weaker or stronger, inferior or superior compared to others. So please take this as a healthy competition. Sixth question. Consider the following statements regarding tax buoyancy. Statement 1. It is calculated by dividing change in tax collection with the GDP growth. Statement 2. Tax buoyancy is a better indicator than tax elasticity to measure tax responsiveness. Which of the above statements are correct? Let's check the correct answer. Correct answer is 1. Please show the options again. Okay. Tax buoyancy is an important concept in economy. Tax buoyancy actually refers to the growth of tax revenue compared to the overall GDP growth. GDP is the size of a country's economy, gross domestic product, GDP. Now, when we compare GDP growth with the tax collection, we arrive at a concept called tax buoyancy. Okay. So when the tax collection improves positively when compared to GDP growth, we are actually seeing tax buoyancy. Okay. Now, how do you look at the tax buoyancy? What causes the tax revenue to increase? There are many factors. Better tax administration is a factor. Broader taxation base is a factor. So these are the important factors that increases the tax collection. So more the tax collection compared to GDP growth, you are able to see tax buoyancy. Actually, tax buoyancy is a better indicator to measure tax responsiveness. Next question. Statement தப்பா இருக்கா? Wrong அது. Apologies for the error in the answer. Both 1 and 2 are correct for this question, for the last question, tax buoyancy. Tax buoyancy is a better indicator compared to tax elasticity. Question number 7. Which among the following is or correct regarding GIMEX? This question is from international relations. Statement number 1, it is between India and Japan. Statement number 2, It is conducted biennially between the Indian Army and Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Forces. Let's check the correct answer. Correct answer is 1. JIMEX is actually a bilateral military exercise between India and Japan. It is conducted between the navies of the two states. JIMEX. India and Japan are important partners in the larger geopolitical region Indo-Pacific. In fact, Japan is a natural partner of India. Unfortunately, India does not have a large neighboring state which shares common interests like democracy, peace. But we have a friend in the form of Japan, even though Japan is located far away from India. So this is our analysis of Japan. A natural partner, a country that shares many interests with India but located far away from India. Japan regularly conducts military exercises with India. One important exercise is JIMEX. Another important military exercise is called Malabar exercise, but this is not a bilateral exercise. Malabar exercise is conducted under the larger alliance called Quad Alliance, where 4 countries jointly conduct the exercise called Malabar. The 4 members of Quad Alliance are India, US, Japan and Australia. Next question, please. Elon Musk is once again leading the leaders board. Congrats. Question number 8. One more question from international organizations. Consider the following statements about UN Commission on International Trade Law, UN CITRAL. The proceedings are administered by the International Court of Justice if there is any dispute. Statement 2. India is not a member of UN CITRAL. Which of the following statements given above are correct? Five have answered correctly. Anyway, this is somewhat a difficult question. Good try anyway. The proceedings are actually administered by an organization called PCA, Permanent Court of Arbitration. PCA is an international body or organization that was established through an agreement called Hague Convention of 1899. This Hague Convention was talking about the conduct of countries in warfare, fighting between each other. Based on these conventions, some other agreements were later enacted. Based on this convention, the Permanent Court of Arbitration was also established. The PCA, Permanent Court of Arbitration, is an arbitration center. Arbitration center is a body which engages as an arbiter to settle dispute between countries, private organizations and so on. Various types of disputes can be taken to the PCA, Permanent Court of Arbitration. Now, when it comes to UN CITRAL, the UN Commission on International Trade Law, disputes arising under international trade are taken to the PCA. UN CITRAL is an international organization that deals with international trade. So whenever the trade disputes come under the ambit of UN Citral, they are actually administered by PCA. Second statement is wrong. India is actually a member of UN Citral. We have signed and become a member of UN Citral. Don't confuse UN Citral with the WTO. WTO is a different organization. It is a large organization. WTO is in charge of improving international trade. It also acts as a facilitator for developing international trade. It also settles disputes between countries when they engage in international trade. So understand the difference between WTO and UN Citral. Next question, please. Money is a current leader. Well done, Money. User Jayak Raj is the highest climber. Well done. This question is from Polity. Question pertains to UIDAI. With reference to the Unique Identification Authority of India, consider the following statement. Statement 1, it is an executive body. Statement 2, the UIDAI is mandated to assign a 10-digit unique identification number. Statement 3, UIDAI is under the Finance Ministry. To give you a clue, UIDAI is related to the Aadhaar identification issued to all of us in India, UIDAI. Let's go back to the options. The UIDAI is actually a statutory body. Statutory body is a body which came into existence based on a law. So statement 1 is incorrect. It is not an executive body, it is a statutory body. Executive bodies are bodies established by the government not through legislations but through executive order. For example, the erstwhile Planning Commission was an example of an executive body. The National Development Council, NDC, is an example of executive body. Statement 2, this is also incorrect. The UIDAI assigns a 12-digit number. All of us have Aadhaar numbers, is it not? If you look at the Aadhaar card, the number given is a 12-digit unique identification number, not a 10-digit number. So statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 3, UIDAI is under the Finance Ministry. It actually comes under the Ministry of Electronics, MeitY. So no statement is correct. Darshini is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Next question, please. This question is from International Relations, IR. The two-state solution which originated in the 1940s is related to. Options are India-Pakistan, Israel-Palestine, Iraq-Syria, Sudan-South Sudan. Seventeen have answered correctly. It relates to Israel and Palestine conflict. Israel-Palestine conflict has a big history. To tell in brief, this conflict is actually an ethnic conflict, political conflict and a territorial conflict between two states in West Asia, Israel and Palestine. It is an ethnic conflict because two ethnic groups, the Jews and Arabs, are involved in the conflict. Ethnic means related to culture, two cultural groups, Jews and Arabs. It is a political conflict because it is related to power. Israel and Palestine are fighting with each other for dominance. It is related to power, so it is seen as a political conflict. Thirdly, it is a territorial conflict. The two countries, Israel and Palestine, are fighting over border. So this is how we see the Israel-Palestine conflict. Territorial conflict, ethnic conflict and political conflict. The two-state solution refers to the search for an amicable solution to the conflict between Israel and Palestine. Israel-Palestine conflict has been observed since 1948. The modern state of Israel was established in the year 1948. Since 1948, we are able to witness this conflict. Unfortunately, we are yet to see an end to this conflict, Israel-Palestine conflict. So, the awaited solution for the Israel-Palestine conflict is called a two-state solution. According to the two-state solution, the Arab state, Palestine, and the Jewish state, Israel, should peacefully coexist in the region, West Asia. Secondly, the city of Jerusalem should be jointly administered by both Israel and Palestine. This large concept is called two-state solution. Next question, please. With reference to the Financial Intelligence Unit India, consider the following statement. It comes under the Finance Ministry. It aims to safeguard the country from money laundering, terror financing, and other economic offenses. This question also has a relatively higher difficulty. These questions move towards actual UPSC standard. Let's go back to the statements. It aims to safeguard the country from money laundering, terrorism, financing, and other economic offenses. The Financial Intelligence Unit is a body set up by the Indian government to take action regarding important crimes that threaten the sovereignty, security, and safety of India. The important crimes are money laundering and terror financing. Money laundering is an economic crime. Money laundering is the generation of black money and the conversion of black money into white money or accounted money. In simple words, it is a conversion of black money into white money. So, the Financial Intelligence Unit, FIU India, is having this important duty. Next question, please. Another international organization. Consider the following statements regarding Asian Development Bank. China holds the largest share in ADB. It is headquartered in Shanghai. Which of the statements given are correct? Let's take a look at the options. Both are incorrect. ADB, Asian Development Bank, is a bank centered in the Asia Pacific region. Japan holds the largest share in ADB. It is not China. China holds a larger share in another bank called AIIB, Asian Investment and Infrastructure Bank. So Japan is a major stakeholder. In fact, Japan dominates the bank ADB. So first is incorrect. Apart from Japan, ADB is dominated by US. You may wonder how US, a North American state and a Western state, dominates an Asian Development Bank. This bank is, of course, focused on the Asia Pacific region. It is led by Japan, but Japan partners with US, which is one of its important political allies. Both Japan and US belong to the political grouping called West today. Okay. In the West, you will also find countries coming from Western Europe, Germany, France, Italy, and so on. So the larger concept is political West. Under political West, both Japan and US are members. But ADB is an economic organization, it is a bank. But the political alliance is reflecting in the economic organization ADB also. This is how you should study IR in future, right? So economy, politics, security, everything will be interrelated. Second statement is also incorrect. This bank is headquartered in Manila in Philippines. Shanghai is the headquarters of another bank called BRICS Bank or NDB. Shanghai. Next question, please. Elon Musk is doing like Elon Musk. Well done. ID Thambi25 is the highest climber now. Congratulations. Next question. This question is from subject society and social issues. The objective of the Kiran helpline is mental health, agriculture, weather change, child protection. The correct answer is mental health. Kiran helpline is a helpline for citizens through which they can get counseling regarding mental health. This concept, mental health, comes under the Ministry of Social Justice. So keep in mind the Ministry Social Justice. Different ministries are in charge of different policies pertaining to different sectors and domain. The mental health, even though coming under medicine and healthcare, the assistance is provided by the Ministry of Social Justice. Today, mental health illness is a major challenge for many citizens in India. Nearly 6% of the population in India is affected by some mental disorders like depression, anxiety, and so on. So the Indian state is a major challenge in order to extend health care to citizens in the mental health sector. Next question, please. Indra is the highest climber now. Elon Musk continues to lead. Next question. This question is from subject geography. Mediterranean Sea is connected to the Atlantic Ocean by Strait of Gibraltar, Davis Strait, Dover Strait, Bering Strait. The correct answer is Strait of Gibraltar. The Mediterranean Sea actually connects Africa with Europe. In fact, you will see Mediterranean Sea connecting Asia, Africa, and Europe. If you look at the Mediterranean Sea from the side of Europe, you can see Africa on the opposite side. The Strait of Gibraltar is a strait that connects Mediterranean Sea to the Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean is present on the western side of both Europe as well as Africa. Since Mediterranean Sea is present between Africa and Europe, it gets connected to the Atlantic Ocean on the western side through this passage called Strait of Gibraltar. Gibraltar is a place in Europe. Strait is a water body. It is a narrow passage of water that connects two larger water bodies. There are many straits across the world. One important strait is the Strait of Gibraltar. Next question. Elon Musk continues to lead. ID Tul is the highest climber now. Congrats. Congrats to all students who have taken part in the quiz so far. Last question. Which of the following countries is a part of Quad grouping? Russia, China, Australia, Pakistan. Correct answer is Australia. Most of you have answered correctly. Quad grouping is a multilateral alliance between four countries in the geopolitical region called Indo-Pacific. Indo-Pacific is a large region which is very important today. It is a large geopolitical region. Indo-Pacific comprises of countries that are jointly surrounded by both Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean. Jointly surrounded. Only we humans have named the water by different names. Nature does not know. The water body is one, connects all oceans. So, the countries jointly surrounded by the waters of Pacific and Indian Ocean, this region is called Indo-Pacific. Indo-Pacific starts from the eastern coast of Africa and it stretches all the way across Southeast Asia. It stretches across Australasia and it reaches the boundaries of the two Americas, North America and South America. Such a large geopolitical region. Today, it is the most discussed region in the world today. There are many reasons for this discussion. The large Indo-Pacific region, you have countries which are economically diverse. You find developing countries as well as developed countries. You find countries which are politically diverse. You find democracies, you find non-democracies. You find military regimes. All are present in Indo-Pacific today. Take Myanmar in Indo-Pacific. Myanmar has military rule today. Take India. India has democracy. China is a one-party authoritarian regime. Russia is also a one-party authoritarian regime. See, this region is highly heterogeneous. At the same time, this region offers lots of opportunities. It also poses many challenges. This region is a vast region. The sea offers opportunities for navigation, trade, resources, and so on. At the same time, there are many challenges. The very diversity of the region itself poses many challenges. The countries in this region, many of them are affected by problems such as poverty, economic backwardness, extremism, terrorism, piracy, and so on. One important country that tries to become a strong hegemonistic power in Indo-Pacific is China. Hegemony means one country trying to increase its power and influence at the expense of others. This is called hegemony. There are many hegemonistic powers in the world. The important ones are US, China, France, Russia, and Britain. In the Indo-Pacific region today, China is trying to establish itself as a major hegemonistic power. Now coming back to Quad. Quad is an alliance for cooperation in the larger Indo-Pacific region, which I explained so far. So Quad is for ensuring a free, open, and prosperous Indo-Pacific region. Remember, free, open, prosperous. Free and open means the large Indo-Pacific region and its waters, they are open for all countries. No single country can try to usurp the rights in the Indo-Pacific. This is what is meant by free and open. Prosperous means trying to develop the Indo-Pacific region as a prosperous one in future. Okay. How can we make the Indo-Pacific region prosperous? We can go for more trade. The countries can cooperate with each other in areas such as health, education, technology, investment, human capital, and so on. So the Quad countries, India, US, Australia, and Japan, 4 democracies, they are taking the initiative to maintain the Indo-Pacific as a free, open, and prosperous region. Another objective of Quad is to check Chinese hegemony in Indo-Pacific. Many Indians are simply thinking that the aim of Quad is to check China or even attack China. It is not the correct understanding. We don't have a right to attack another country. For that matter, no country has a right to attack or use hard power on another country. But where you are able to find a country trying to increase its hegemony at the expense of others, then we have a right to check that country. In the Indo-Pacific, the hegemonistic power is China. So Quad countries are keeping a watch, a check on China under the alliance called Quad. It is called Quad because it is a alliance between 4 countries. It is a quadrilateral alliance. Quadrilateral means involving 4 countries. Thank you. The quiz is over. The leader is Babar Raj, number 3. Second place goes to Money. Elon Musk has won the quiz today. Congratulations, Elon Musk. We want to see you as a Elon Musk in the UPSC Civil Services examination in the future. Please capture a screenshot of your position and send it with your full name and phone number to the WhatsApp number displayed on screen, 8838437556. Thank you everyone. Please keep taking the Officers IAS Academy General Quiz.